Hello everyone, we are going to continue with our application on the songs player like the iTunes, and then today we are going to implement some of the code. We will start with the player control up there. Tell on our project, we have set up the controls for it, and then I'm going to create a ViewController class backing up this part of the storyboard. Previously, I have created the structures here, so I'm going to add this inside the ViewControllers. In fact, I will have several files for each ViewController. You will know why later on, but I will be creating those scripts for each of the ViewController as well. Say this is the player ViewController, and then I'm going to create a class for it, which is a player ViewController, which is a subclass of NS ViewController. I don't need a libbar. Just like the structure of those files in my Xcode project, I'm going to create those in the folder system as well. Start with ViewControllers, and then include it with a player ViewController. I will store the file here. I need to apply this player ViewController to the storyboard by selecting the part of the display in the storyboard, and then go to Identifying Inspector and type player ViewController here. I will use the same name, although you don't need to, for the storyboard ID. It just makes it easier to recognize for me. Now I have the storyboard and the ViewController class. First, I want to hook up with all the elements into the ViewController. Start with the player icon. And then to the control here, start with the slider. And then this is the time label. Shuffle button, and then the repeat button. Next, I'm going to hook up with some IBAction. Again, start with here. This is play. Remember to choose action here. In general, I would like to select the type as well. In this case, I don't need to downcast it when I really need to use the sender button. And then I will have action for these two, which would be shuffle and repeat. Okay, so now I have, hold on, repeat cannot be used because it is a reserved word. So how about this repeat song? Actually, it is more on repeat the whole playlist. I need to cross out the linking and link it with the new method name. Alright, I have hooked up the buttons and also some of the IBActions. When I click the play button here, I actually wanted to do something. Say, for instance, I wanted to change the timing here. So I could say time label dot string value equal to, just follow with that format like this. Because say for 1 minute, there will be only 1 digit for the minute displayed. I'm going to have a alignment to the right side so it won't jump over when it is showing as 1 digit. I will need to fix some of the constraints issue due to the change of alignment. This will actually come from the stack view. Yep. So fixed. Let's run it. It is taking some time to run, to build the library as well. We'll just skip it. Now the application is run, and if I click play, it will update with the value here. So which is good. And now let's see. I want to make sure this has big enough width, so I'm going to add a width constraint to it. And then again use the stack view, change a little bit for it to update, and fix the constraint. Alright, since in our application we can start and stop playing the songs by either clicking on the control or selecting some of the songs in the playlist, I want to have a single place to control the playing progress and or the play status. So in this case, I'm going to create a singleton to manage the playing state. A singleton is an object stored in the memory that it would only be created once and be available there for a long period of time until you terminate the application. So I will need to have some place to store it. That's why I created something called managers. And here I would create some class that creates a static variable. And that static variable will only be created once, and that becomes the singleton. The singleton can manage the state of the playing or pause or next previous songs. For the manager, I just want it to be a subclass of NS object, so it earns all the benefits from the NS object, and I will call it player manager. Just like the other files, I will want to store it in the corresponding group name here. So I'm going to create a managers folder and store it inside. To start with, I will create this static variable and call it shared manager. This actually creates an object of itself. Since it is static, it binds to the variable to the class. I can access this variable by doing player manager.share manager anywhere in our application. Next, I'm going to define some preliminary variable like is playing, which is a Boolean value indicating whether the current player is playing any song. I will have a player object, and this is our audio player. And it is optional. AVAudioPlayer is provided by AVFoundation, so I'm going to import AVFoundation as the framework we are going to use. And later on we'll be using some audio player delegate methods as well. So I will start with implementing the AVAudioPlayer delegate. We have some corresponding playing status change called by our ViewController. So like play, rewind, next, and things like that. I can now set up those methods here accordingly. So say if it's playing, it will actually pause it. So it's like a toggle of the playing status. Other functions would have like next, rewind, shuffle, and repeat play this. Now I could connect our ViewController to this player manager. Say I would define a manager object here as the instance variable, and this will be calling player manager.shared manager. Now I could call the corresponding method by doing player.play, manager.play, manager.rewind, manager.next, shuffle, and repeat playlist. Spelling error. Alright. This is like a basic structure of our setup. And in this case, although I'm only having one origin to call the player manager, but later on when I implement the playlist, and when I say double click on one of the songs, it can actually change the current playing song by calling player manager.sharedManager and with the corresponding methods. We will be implementing the details of this player manager tomorrow, so talk to you soon.